coming up, guys. Look at that. The Swiss chard's looking pretty good. Oh, what's going on over there? That was a big commotion. What's going on? Hi there, buddy. What you doing on the limping side, huh? Why are you limping? Is it the rocks? Yeah. They're not very comfortable, are they? All right, back to this garden here. Look at the kale. I don't think the marigold, so there's one right there, but there's also another one. Here it is. It's inside there. See it? Whoa. It's trying to push me over there, Mr. Winston. I don't think that thing stands a chance of growing. Well, good late afternoon. Let's see here. So, a couple things to talk about today. It was quite the day today. It was really, really quite the day today. So I just got done reading comments on the 2 realizations video that was put out today, the one that you watched yesterday. For you, you're watching this now, so you watched it yesterday. And then I also read the comments on the She's Turning 8, the one where I did the video montage for Kinsley. And I'm really glad that a lot of you liked the video montage. I really liked it too. It was fun to make, hard to make, but it's really fun, and definitely have a lot of good years behind us with good experiences and memories and stuff, and it was fun to make that. A couple things I want to comment on. So one of the funnier comments was that that Nate looks like a lost puppy when Katie's out of town, or something to that effect. That made me laugh. Yeah, I don't like it when she's out of town. I don't know if I feel lost necessarily, but it was a pretty funny comment. Okay, so I want to tell you about today because there's a lot of things that happened today. I'll start with this. I planted more potatoes in here, so this time I did a little different than this batch here. So this batch I just put directly on the soil, on the clay soil, and then put compost on top of it from last year's compost, and then put some mulch, some grass mulch on it. And this bed here is different in that you can see I put cardboard down before I put a bed of compost, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of potato starts, and then I mounded it with more compost. So I'm curious to see how they do on different grounds, I guess, call it, between the ground and cardboard. So anyway, I did that today. I did that in addition to 2 stories I'm about to tell you about what happened today. Again, before I tell you those 2 stories, part of the comments that I was reading, basically saying that why, if we have so much going on, you didn't say it this way, but if we have so much going on, why do we have 2 channels, and why do we post so often? And maybe if we didn't post so often, or just had 1 channel, we'd have more time on our hands. Or maybe just don't post at all and just take a break. Well, can't really just stop posting because 2 reasons. Number 1, it is my source of income. It is my job in addition to this homestead. Number 2, if we stop posting, unfortunately YouTube will penalize us for that. And when we start posting again, they don't promote our videos even to all of our subscribers who have the notification bell turned on. So you gotta kind of just keep going and try to be consistent in your posting schedule. I don't know why I'm walking over to the chickens. So we gotta just kind of keep it going the best that we can. And the reason we have 2 channels is this one, Keeping It Kraemer, is our daily vlog where I don't do a lot of editing. In fact, sometimes I do no editing other than adjust the audio volumes. And it's just kind of, the day-to-day, what we've been up to, maybe some behind-the-scenes kind of stuff. And then I really like doing these. I think Katie and I really like connecting with you guys. Katie's the one that mostly reads the comments, but when I do read the comments, it's really nice to be able to respond to those and talk to you guys and show you everything that's going on. that we don't get to on the Kraemer Life. And the Kraemer Life is definitely more highly edited. I spend a lot of time editing those vlogs. Actually, my son does the edit in the beginning, like he does the beginning edit. And then I go through and I clean some things up and I tweak some stuff. So the two of us spent some time editing those to make it a higher quality production value to kind of show you what's been going on over a few days of time period. And that's really where the majority of my money comes from, is from the Kraemer Life. It's not a lot of money, but it's enough to where if I stopped doing it, it would make a big difference for me. So that's why we have the two channels. And even though I'm tired, even though a lot of you have said, a lot of you said, Nate looks really tired, why are you doing so much? I do enjoy this. It does kind of give me a way to verbalize things in my head, connect with people without having to like be in the same room or right next to people. So anyway, excuse me, I like doing these. Okay, what happened today? Started off as a normal day, did the morning chores, did some filming of that because I need to add some of that footage into tomorrow's video on the Kraemer Life. Well, about 10 o'clock in the morning, I went to go feed the dogs, Levi and Winston, and they were nowhere to be found. Couldn't find them. So I spent a good portion of an hour, probably a little bit more than an hour, but thank you, Richard, but we'll call it an hour, searching for them, and I could not find them. I went all around the property, took the electric lawnmower, went all around the property, went down to the creek several times, got a bug in my throat, couldn't find them. Well, eventually Winston came up to us as we were coming back from the creek, but no Levi. Well, so then I started looking just for Levi, and I was getting a little bit worried, because that's what I do. I worry about the dogs because I love them so much. And the reason I was worried about Levi is because last night after filming the Keeping It Kraemer vlog, I went to say goodnight to them, and Levi had just tons of blood all over his front legs. And so I started feeling around, and he wasn't cut, but he kept getting, like, his front legs kept getting bloodier and bloodier. Well, it turned out he actually cut his tongue. I don't know how he cut his tongue. I didn't actually at the time. I thought it was because they were playing too rough. Kinsley wants to go back inside because there is a storm brewing. Girl. Okay, you can go back inside. So I was really worried that Levi was gone, and Winston, I was like, hey, Winston, show me where's Levi? Where's Levi? He's like, I'm not gonna show you. He goes, lays down. Okay, so a few minutes later, Levi shows up. Okay, good. You know, he's recovered. His tongue's healed up. He's fine. I saw that early this morning. He was fine, but I was still worried about him. So, okay, right. Well, I was like, you guys want to eat? You guys hungry? And they're like, basically, no, we're not hungry. And Levi starts going up towards the chickens again. That's where he had come out of. He kind of like, I'm here, Dad. And then he starts taking off again. So I start following him. It's like, why are you not hungry and what are you doing? So I follow him out to past the gray barn, over to a spot that we had showed you several episodes ago, where we thought maybe it'd be a good area to clear and to put a house or a cabin or something, because it has a nice view of the mountains. Like, what in the world are you guys doing? So he's just exploring. He's just he's sniffing something. He's hot on the trail of something, and I don't know what it is. Like, okay, well, you guys do your thing. I'm glad you guys are okay. So I head back and I start working on the potato area. About 2 hours later, I see Levi sitting in the tree line of the pine tree line, the pine patch, over by where Floyd's grave is. And Levi likes to just sit there and just kind of relax. It's kind of his safe place. But something was off. Like he was hiding something, or he was protecting something. So I walk over there, and right behind him, he's laying right in front of a baby deer, a dawn. They're called, is it called dawn? Gosh, I hope they're called dawn. This little tiny baby deer. It was so small, probably, I don't know, probably like 6-7 pounds, if that. What is going on with the chickens now? Oh, Lord, lordy, lordy, lordy. Okay, let's walk over to the chickens and see what's going on. What is going on with the chickens? Oh, okay, it looks like one of the chickens crossed into a different paddock and is being told he is not welcome. How did you guys break open the gate? Ah, lordy, 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 lordy. Okay, this is one thing I did last night. I took this chicken here, it's a leg bar, and I took the other chicken, the one that's being attacked right now, and I put them in with the meat girls because they were just getting attacked by the, no, we're not going in there. Oops, here we go, okay. I put this poor guy that's being attacked right now, come here, hey, it's okay. Where are you going? Okay. Put him also in there with the meat girls so they could have some rest. Well, clearly that's not working out so well. You're gonna go in there and get attacked? Okay, let me get this thing settled and I'll come back to you. All right, we're all good now, I hope. Oh, okay. So I put these two late last night when everybody went to sleep in this coop or in this run with the meat girls in hopes that, do not attack me. This little guy attacked me this morning in hopes that they would have an easier time. This poor bird. All right, you guys will figure this out. You guys have better luck with these girls than you do with the all-male gang over there. Do not attack me. Don't. Here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Well, you girls, what's going on? All right. All right. You guys able to follow all this? Welcome to my head. All right, so let me show you where Levi was and where the baby dawn was, or the baby deer. Fawn, a fawn. Is it a fawn or a dawn? What am I thinking? It's a fawn. What an idiot. So the baby deer, the fawn, and Levi were just right here, right in this little alcove, just laying right there, okay? So I went up to it to see if the fawn was dead, and it was not. It was still alive. So I got Levi away from the fawn. Kinsley wanted to investigate, so I got Kinsley away. And then, of course, Winston wants to investigate, so I got Winston away. Like, I don't know what to do with this thing. It's still alive. Well, while I'm here, I might as well feed him. So I called the Tennessee Department of Wildlife, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this fawn. Any suggestions? And they said, take it to the perimeter or the edge of the woods and leave it there, and it'll cry for its mom, and the mom will come and get it. So I think, okay, I can do that, but the problem I'm gonna have is keeping Levi and Winston away. So I picked up and I said, well, you don't have to worry about human scent being on the baby and mama not wanting it. And they're like, no, it'll be fine. Okay. So I picked it up and I put it on the baseboard of the lawnmower, and I started heading out that direction. And of course, the dogs were following me, which I knew they would. So I was trying to find the location on the east side of the property over by the barn where there's a hole in the fence where other deer have been climbing through. So that way I could put it in that hole and Levi and Winston wouldn't have access to it after I had left. And then of course it was difficult making sure that Levi and Winston followed me back home and left the poor fawn alone. Okay, so we ended up putting it under a tree right at the fence line and letting it just lay there. And it was still alive by this point in time, scared out of its mind, heart beating like crazy, but it's the sweetest thing. Like, it was kind of a special moment for me despite the situation, because I'm just a huge animal lover and I really do try to, you know, keep animals from dying if possible. I have a story about me as a young kid. I'll have to tell that to you at some point. So, involving an animal, trying to save it. So here, I've never pet, never touched. I've only seen deer before. So here's this baby deer, this little tiny fawn, 5, 6, 7 pounds. The sweetest little thing, just so cute, so sweet. So I'm picking it up, I'm holding it, and trying my best to comfort it. Meanwhile, you know, Levi and Winston are following me around because they're very curious, and this poor little thing's just scared out of its mind. So I lay it down by the fence and the tree, and I make sure that Winston and Levi follow me back to the house. And by the time we got back to the gray barn, I think they forgot about it and they started chasing the turkey vulture that's in the gray barn. And at this point, I'm like, okay, the fawn's gonna be fine. Mom's gonna come back and get it. All good to go. So 2 hours later, after I was done with the potatoes, taking a shower, and I was thinking, you know what I should do? I should go grab a trail cam or maybe a GoPro and put it on time lapse and put it on the fawn so I can, or have it watch the fawn so I can see what happens to it, because my plan was to go check on it tomorrow morning to see if it either had got picked up by mama or had left, or, you know, predator or whatever. So I was just curious. Well, so this was 2 hours after we got back, maybe 3. By the time I went back to check on it, it had already passed away. So it was just laying there, motionless, and I touched it and rigor mortis had already set in. It was just laying there with its tongue hanging out the side of its mouth, and it didn't make it, which is sad, very, very sad. So my theory at this point is that Levi found it somewhere in the woods because mama deer abandoned it because it was sick or because it was injured or something. It was set to die anyway. I don't think Levi got it from mama and took it in. So that was pretty crazy for me. Like, it was fun despite the situation, like being able to be up and close with this little baby deer, holding it and, you know, trying to help it the best I could, despite the fact that it didn't make it and it was in a bad situation. So that was kind of the craziness of today. And meanwhile, you know, trying to keep everything else going. So fun day, very fun, interesting day. So now what I'll do is finish up all the chores before the storm rolls in. And I'm gonna do a little bit of editing for Keeping It Kraemer, get this thing edited and ready to post tomorrow. You guys gonna stop arguing or what? We need to do something different for you guys, I think. And then do a little bit more editing for a new video that should be coming out tomorrow for the Kraemer life as well. You guys done fighting? You sure are pretty birds. Okay, well, hopefully I explained that story well enough for you guys to follow along. I had done a bunch of recording. I actually have some video of me bringing the fawn back to the location for Mama to pick it up. And I thought maybe I was going to put that into a Kraemer Life video. I'm not sure I'm actually going to do that, so I may have already decided to do some B-roll of me holding that while I'm telling you guys this story, which you may have already seen or see right now. All right, well, I think that's about all I can do today. Again, I really do appreciate you all watching and commenting and supporting us along the way, encouraging us, telling me that I look like a lost puppy. So, okay, I'm gonna go feed everybody else, go do some editing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye-bye. It's as hard as a pounding. It's a wagon. Come on. This is a first for me. I've never had to rescue a fawn before. So I'm going to walk it out to the wood lines and across the fence so the Levi can't get it again. And then hopefully Mama will hear the baby fawn. So I'm going to move it out there and hope for the best. But this is, she's super sweet, and yeah, I've never done this before. Kind of a neat little highlight in my life here, even though it's a bad situation. One of the things that I am is an animal lover and protector, and even wildlife that typically I wouldn't have access to. So anyway, we're walking over to the east side of the property where I had seen before some activity of deer and a hole in the fence that I can put her under that Levi can't get to. All right, well, we're just gonna put you about right there. Can you stay right there? I don't know what to do with you. Levi or Winston, you need to get back. Get back. Come on. All right, little one. I hope you survive. I hope your mama finds you. Thank you for the opportunity to let me help you. I'm sorry that this happened.